Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the pregame, episode 149 of the SplashCast, Monday Night Raw. I'm your co-host, Reggie.
I'm your co-host, Norwood, my brother.
Wait.
What's good, man?
My bad, go ahead.
My brother, what's good?
Chilling,
feeling?
man. How you? I'm good.
I'm feeling fantastic, man.
You see what it is?
I'm excited about the show.
You see the paraphernalia?
Yeah. Ooh. You acting different, boy. New season, new me.
Oh, new
hat
quarterback
on the way now. Or two. Oh, you know what? I'm glad you reminded me. It's a black snapback that I need. I need to go ahead and get to looking for that. And I appreciate you reminding me of where I need to be and what I need to be focused on.
Well, you know, I get a new hat every season.
This is possible.
I get a new Falcons hat. I get a new Braves hat. I get a new hat every season, bro. Make sure I got everything good.
Dude, I need the throwback. Y'all bear with me. I almost lost my eye to some soap earlier today, and I'm still trying to bounce back to the best of my abilities. But yeah, we got rich people problems. I feel good.
Well, let's get into it, y'all. Y'all know what it is when it comes to Monday Night Raw, man. We do our pregame, followed by our HBCU news around the culture, followed by our basketball and football news. We got an action-packed show for y'all today, man. We got the draft, we got playoffs, we got HBCU news, and then also we got some baseball news. So let's get into it. But before we get to baseball, I guess we'll talk about Dion first. Oh no, we'll do baseball first. That's what I got first.
I mean, it's all, but I mean, I think that technically falls into the baseball category a little bit. It's a diamond turf, but wherever you want to start, man, dealer's choice.
I forgot to open up the final, final thing. So yeah, so
we
start
could
out,
talk
man.
How great the Braves are playing, and it's fantastic to have a team that wins games consistently. You know, we are the number one team in baseball, the number one team in the National League East. That is Dion looking like he is posted in a 1996 album cover. Must be the money.
Yeah, so speaking of the Braves, Dion, you know, used to play for the Braves, play for the Falcons, pulled the Brian Jordan move of playing both baseball and football, and Bo Jackson, but he did it and they both did it at the same time. Bo did it when he was hurt. But Dion announces the return of the Air Diamond Turf Max 96s. You've seen Shador wear them on the field. You've seen Travis wear them on the field. They've been select. He has now worked with Nike to release them, which is a very tough photo shoot of the Lamborghini wrapped in the Diamond Turf design, which is kind of crazy.
Oh, he killed that.
With Dion wearing the Diamond Turf.
Say what you want to about this man. His marketing is impeccable. And I know y'all like, well, he didn't do this. No other coach does this type. This is all curated by him. He knows exactly. I don't say exactly. He has a pretty good understanding of how he wants his stuff to look. And I get that because I, you know, when we do stuff, I try to, you know, I got something up here. I have to get it out of my brain and have it executed by somebody else. This though, first of all, I need 2 parodies. And hopefully you release these in multiple colors because the black and white is fire, but
didn't he have red and white and blue and white? If I'm not mistaken, I thought
I want these. I want these in a blue. No, in a blue upper, gray lower. That oh my god,
lower? Absolutely not.
No. When I say like that means
like
the top part is blue and the low part and the bottom part. What's black will be blue and what's white will be gray. That oh my gosh.
That's how King Griffey Jr. shoes used to be.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, if y'all really want to make some money, man, this is one that y'all should probably make into a Nike ID. Let people run wild with the colors. People are gonna want this shoe. Make it available.
Yeah, it's a tough shoe, man. It's a tough shoe. Dion, when it comes to this marketing, man,
it's a classic.
He is the genius. He is the genius when it comes to the marketing. I saw him on All the Smoke with him and Shador. and Shador and Dion was talking about the impact of how fly he was in the late 80s, early 90s. And Shador was like, boy, you wasn't. And Dion was like, yo, it's all relative. And Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes was like, nah, you really don't know that Dion was a big deal.
Now, I ain't gonna get on here act like I haven't said my fair share of positive and negative things about Dion, but I want to be one thing very clear: in the space of marketing and athletics, he is an icon. He is
Not even
iconic.
close. Yeah.
I mean, the only person who you could probably put in the same category as him, as far as influence, is as Allen Iverson.
Yeah, I think Bo was on his way till he got hurt.
Yeah,
Bo
I
was
mean,
on his
sure,
way.
he was, but I don't think that Bo has, like, Bo is a super athlete, great person, all those things, but he doesn't have the hunger for the design. He doesn't
Yeah,
have
I
the
feel you.
hunger to put it all together. Like Dion has always been, even with the stuff that he does now with the coverall jumpsuit overall thing. Those are all custom, and he ain't missing on those. Even I was looking at that like, this is a fire little thing you got. All of his stuff, you can tell is specifically curated for him. It's all custom him, and he killing it.
Yeah,
And I need to see.
he is in a little bit of hot water. I ain't gonna say hot water, but some people that transferred out were saying that he kind of focuses on the market and everything more. But that's why you kind of got to do your research. Dion always has been about the sports marketing. If you want your child to make some money and make it to the league and get notoriety and maximize their time and their NIL money, along with being able, I mean, if you can get a lot of like-minded people like that, they're still good at football, then that's the place to go. He's going to get you paid and he's going to get you looks, and it's up to you to perform. But you got to do your research,
Now
though.
that's why I said it was always tricky for me when it comes to stuff like that, because the issue that you're gonna run to is the people who are not getting the camera time. There is and there's no other way to say it, but there's a pecking order over there in
Yeah, there's a
Colorado,
hierarchy over there.
and
Shador,
he
Travis, and
makes it
everybody else.
exactly. And now once again, like you said, you got to do your research. This is the same dude who clearly said that, hey man, I rank my children and how much I like them on what they've done recently and what they've done well. So if he's going to do that with his own kids, which I believe he does facetiously, but also a little bit for real, he's going to do the same thing with his football players. And if you're not in the in crowd, I could understand how that could rub you wrong very quickly.
Cormani McClain, I don't think Dion is good for egos. So like Cormani McClain was a 5-star. He was the number one cornerback. He was gonna go be like Travis, and he for whatever reason it didn't pan out. Now, if you want to read the stories and you see the back and forth, it was Cormani somewhere, not taking it serious. Cormani was like, all they do is talk about clicks and all that other stuff. But all that is you were clearly behind Travis and Shador, and you thought you were going to be a bigger deal than you were. To me, now it'll be interesting where you end up, but if you're not built for that, you got to get ready. If you're not bringing in the notoriety, you got to get ready to be benched and be moved. And he's treating it like pro. He's treating you like a pro, to be honest.
You're a free agent.
That's how he's treating you.
But it's interesting because they've had one of the most, if not the most, transfers of any D1 school. And they had another guy, I can't remember exactly who it is, who kind of mimicked the same thing that Cormani said.
Xavier
Yeah,
Worthy. No, not Worthy. Xavier.
Woods.
Yeah.
I think it's Xavier Woods.
Mm-hmm.
But they've been in the same boat, and I think that's what it is. I think that you have to understand that you're picking a guy who's going to show favoritism. Now, where his favoritism lies is interesting. Is it marketability, or is it being the best player? And you'll be able to see it pretty soon. But what Deion has done is pretty volatile. But I think I don't want to say it's volatile. I think he does the same thing the rest of these coaches are doing.
But he's not. Deion's gonna get a lot of hate because he's Deion. He's front and center. He's
he's more vocal about
pause if necessary.
He's more vocal.
You know what I mean?
He's more vocal about things, and that's where I think it gets interesting. Most coaches don't tell you, "Hey, I got a hierarchy." They release the depth chart, and you know where you are. Deion talks about it all the time, and Deion talks about stuff like, "Hey, this is my Louis luggage." So yeah, if this is your Louis luggage,
yeah, but the Louis luggage he just sent one of the Louis back though.
Exactly, it looked like it might have crossed. It might have came from Canal Street. So that is where, I mean, if you say that this is a Louis bag, and then we get to the Louis bag, you open up the bag and it don't have the right bags on the inside. Your zippers don't look right. It's looking funny in the light. Then, all right, cool. This a bad bag. Now the rest of your bags might be good, but this one here, not authentic.
Now I will say, I think. Oh, go ahead.
And but I think that this season will have a lot to say about where things are and where that program is.
Yeah. I'm interested to see the first, because we haven't really seen anybody graduate from Colorado under Deion. I think this is his second year.
Second year. First year 4-7.
I'm interested to see how the guys that stay and get drafted, how they acclimate themselves to the NFL. I do think because of the environment Deion has created, I think that they'll be able to handle the limelight and spotlight of going to the NFL because of it's kind of like USC. You don't really hear about a lot of USC players going to the NFL and be overwhelmed by the moment. Like when Reggie Bush and all of them were there, because they were like, because of the environment they played in. Whereas you might hear somebody from a smaller school get to the limelight, and we'll talk about it later on in the draft, and kind of get overwhelmed with everything that was there. I think he's created a culture to where you will see he's going to build to the point where you're going to say, these guys can go to the NFL, and I'm going to have you ready for everything. So we'll see. But to keep it on that, these are some tough shoes.
With that, did anybody get drafted from there?
Colorado?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, Xavier Weaver was the only person who was even projected. Let's see if he got drafted.
While we're there. But let's talk about some baseball. Braves. Y'all know we're talking about the Bravos. Pow.
Hold on. Signed by the Cardinals, undrafted free agent.
So no.
That's a good pickup though. I actually like him a lot. And to get him undrafted, sure. I'll take that.
Yeah, he's a problem. Atlanta, after the first month of the regular season is over, the Braves sit atop the NL East by 1.5 games. 19-7, very familiar standings. Atlanta, Philadelphia, the Mets, Washington, and Miami. I think Miami and the Mets kind of flip-flopped last year. But for the most part, over the recent history, it's been these three teams. The Phillies started out tough. I will say they seem to be finding their groove. They started out rough, and now they're only 1.5 games back.
They right on our heels. You got to continue to win. And that's the frustrating part is every year it's a duel at the top between us and the Mets or us and the Phillies. There's never a point where even when you have a really good season, there's still somebody right there. That's the reason I'm kind of excited for this expansion, because the expansion would drop us hopefully in the Southeast, and then we would just run away with it.
So the expansion, if you remember, this is a callback. I think we would be in the division with Miami, Tampa Bay.
Check. One or two of the new teams, yeah, like Nashville. If there's Nashville and Charlotte,
I don't think you're gonna get Nashville and Charlotte. You're gonna get like a Las Vegas. Well, Las Vegas is already won. That's Oakland, so that doesn't matter. I don't remember.
I think that both of these teams. I think that both of these teams very well. Or, I mean, I'll tell you the answer. I don't really like it, but Salt Lake City, they would love a baseball team in Salt Lake City. They gonna sell out every game.
They're already trying to get hockey. So
they got hockey. The Coyotes is gone, my boy.
Yeah, so you're
but
looking,
Salt Lake City is a demographic that they got the money and they don't got much else.
But you also got to look at like how the money's going to be spent. So let's say that team is decent. You will have right now all their money goes to the Jazz. There's nowhere to split up the money. But if you were to get a hockey team and you get a hockey team, that's going to take money away from the Jazz because the schedule overlaps. So if I'm the Jazz ownership, I'm like, hell, it's like Texas A&M coming to the SEC. No, we don't want Texas to come here because now they're gonna take the money that we've been getting. Like it's the same thing with basketball, and then you add in baseball. I think baseball would flourish more because it's a summer sport, but they're gonna overlap. You're gonna split some of that money in the fall.
Yeah, I mean, but the demographic in Utah has the spending money to support, and they would.
I don't know what the demographic in Utah is. I mean, I know the demographic. I don't know about the economic demographic of Utah.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's either Charlotte and or Nashville or Utah. I don't think that Mexico City is legit. I don't think that Austin, San Antonio right now, you already got 2 baseball teams here. Like, what are you doing? Mexico and Montreal, I don't think so. And I don't think the Orlando's going to get a team because the Florida teams, unfortunately, just Florida baseball, not really.
Well, I mean, they got World Series now. I think Tampa Bay won the World Series.
They got 1 World Series, but they can't even get a new stadium. They're the St. Petersburg Rays.
I'm about to say we only got 2 now. Don't.
Yeah, but we have. No. I'm not talking about the winning on that part. I'm talking about the Braves have a vested fan base. St. Petersburg, that's like it's the equivalent of when they put that hockey team in Georgia and not in Atlanta. St. Petersburg and Tampa are not the same place. They're like 45 minutes away from each other.
I will say the Braves demographic or the Braves are definitely. I mean, they're like the Yankees, they're like the Dodgers, they're like the Lakers, they're like the Cowboys. Like theirs is not just Georgia. In Braves country, I mean, it's pretty much all the way to Texas. So
from Louisiana to North Carolina,
past north to.
Nah, because in Virginia.
Yeah,
Virginia goes with the Nationals.
The Montreal Expos. So, yeah, them.
The disrespect.
But either way, we don't care about them anyway. The Braves are 19-7. We're 1.5 games ahead of the Phillies, even without Spencer Strider. Shout out to Alex Anthopoulos, man. Kalinick has come around. Chris Sale. Woo! Now, we did lose. We won the series against Cleveland. I didn't realize Cleveland. We actually have the best record in the game in the league, because we beat the Cleveland Guardians, in that series of number 1 teams. Then they're good too.
And hold on, Cleveland Guardians. And I hope Reggie, you go ahead and chop this. Cleveland Guardians fans, I'll be very clear about this. 1 game in the regular season don't move us. Don't tag me no more. Tag me when your team wins a World Series. If you're not talking about that, you talking to the wrong people.
Oh, I tagged him back though. Pause if necessary. When we posted the win, I definitely went back and edited and tagged him back. Like, no.
I ain't tagging nothing. This is a real baseball team here. We came here to play for a championship. We were game 25 don't mean nothing to us, man. We trying to win every game. Don't tag me no regular season pre-All-Star. What? And don't tag me. They might have to. We got people. Look at that.
We did play Miami. And when it comes to us playing Miami, before we play Cleveland, we played Miami. And when it comes to us playing Miami, we are fireworks. They always hit Ronald Acuna. We always fight. There's always something crazy that goes on. They actually play us really, really well for them. They actually won a series against us earlier. But in Miami, Sixto Sanchez, that can't be his real name, goes for the imaginary pickoff and balls in the first run of the game. and balks in the first run of the game. So what happened was, for those that are watching, you see him. There was nobody at second. There's nobody at second, and he tries to pick off the player at second. And what does that mean? That is a balk. And we ended up winning this game like 3-2. It was a very, very close game. So he balked in a run.
Yeah. So if y'all remember I think it was a Kid Cudi album, Kids See Ghosts. This is what happened here. He saw a ghost. So, sir, there is nobody on second base for you to pick off. You would never go make it to that first baseman. But that lets me know that Austin Riley had your boots shaking. You didn't know what was going on. You don't know the pitch count. You don't know the down and distance. You don't know what's going on. And that's what I like to see.
You know what it is? You know who had him shaking? Monsieur Okuna. Okuna was on first. Riley bats third. Okuna was on first.
Yeah.
So he went to try to pick off. He thought Okuna was going to take off because remember, Okuna definitely has the Braves record already. And he's already up to like 15 stolen bases. So I see the ghost was there. You thought Okuna was running, but he was chilling. Hey, and then he stole the base later on.
When you see the dirt bike, it's already too late, big dog.
Yeah, man. What else we got for the Braves? Real quick. Is that it? Let me see.
Let's look at the man who got punched in the face a bunch of times.
Oh, man. So, we add a little bit of violence when it comes to here.
We like violence.
I've never seen
support violence.
I've never seen somebody get knocked out and then
when they probably wonder how I got here.
When they hit the floor, you wake up. Like him hitting the floor brought him back to consciousness because he was out. So you see,
let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor.
Oh man, he got laid out. I think he ended up winning this fight. But
you right. I don't want to fight a man who I just saw die. I just knocked this man out right there. Boom, sleep. Boom, wake up. I'm up. He ain't hit snooze. Scissor ain't nowhere near. He rolled right back up. That wasn't even a one count. And Dave Portnoy, why do you look like an Olive Garden waiter?
That's he looks terrible. Like he owns his own shop on the beach.
But they did interview him. So just dirty.
They interviewed him in the fighter, and he said, like, yo, what was the worst thing about that? He was like, I don't know. I don't remember it at all. So he was clearly
brain scrambled. Eggs. This is your brain on boxing. I don't even remember getting my socks knocked off. I woke back up. And we was in third period. What you talking about?
That's what Ngannou said when he got knocked out against Anthony Joshua. He was like, man, I didn't even feel that. Every punch he threw, I felt, except for the one that knocked me out. And also, T's and P's to Francis Ngannou. He did just reveal that his 15-month-old son passed away. So he's going through it right now. So
yeah, absolutely.
T's and P's.
He actually had a pretty scary, I think it was a tweet that was, to be understood. You lose your 15-month-old son, you probably bother. There's nothing that can console you at this moment. So once again, thoughts and prayers to him, his family, and all people concerned.
Yep. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of the pregame. Y'all take a second, go get y'all a beverage, take some time. We'll be right back with our Monday Night Raw.
If you don't have a beverage, this is the time to drop your beverage and your glass in the freezer. We're going to adult through HBCU, and then we will spiral into childishness. Y'all get yourselves ready. We'll be right back. Like, follow, subscribe, and go listen to the playlist of Spotify. I tried to hate on. I still released it.
We'll be right back. Y'all stay tuned.
Above the law, like Pastor Troy.